Hello, my dear students. How are you today? Look, today we are going to check a new topic that is very interesting, and this is conditionals. Okay, what are conditionals? Conditionals are a kind of sentences that we use to express that something is going to happen if something else happens too. Okay, so the word that we are going to see the most in this presentation is if. Okay, if is very important in conditionals. Sometimes it can be changed or replaced by other words, but today we are going to check these conditionals with this word that is if. Okay, so we are going to divide this presentation into two parts. Okay, in this first part we are going to check the zero conditional and the first conditional. Okay, and the next week we are going to check the rest of them. Okay, so let's start with the zero conditional. Okay, the zero conditional uses this grammar structure. And this is important for you to take into account this. When we are talking about conditionals, we have two parts of the sentence. On one hand, we have the if clause, yes, and on the other hand, we have the main clause or the result, okay? The if clause is kind of the condition and the other one is the result. So if clause, main clause. In the zero conditional, we have the if clause using present simple tense, okay? If plus the present simple, and the main clause uses the present simple too. For example, if I am late for school, my teacher gets angry. So am is present, gets is present, and take this into account. I use the zero conditional to talk about general truths and general habits, okay? Things that are always true, okay? Let's see some examples. If I oversleep, I miss the bus. Okay, if I oversleep, I use the comma, I miss the bus. If I miss the bus, I am late for school. If I am late for school, my teacher gets angry. Okay, so do you see the examples? Using always the present simple. Okay, now let's go back to the beginning and we are going to switch to the first conditional. Let's continue with this one. So look, remember, two parts, if clause, main clause, condition, consequence. So in the first conditional, the if clause uses present simple tense. Okay, if plus the present simple tense. And the main clause uses will or can or may or must and the verb in present. The usual in this is to use will, okay? Will. So, why do we use the first conditional or what situations use the first conditional? In possible or likely things in the future, okay? So, let's see this example. If I go to London, I will see the Big Ben, okay? So, if I go, present, and will, that is future. I will see the Big Ben. Let's see more examples. If I go to London, I will see the Big Ben. Nice. If I go to Buckingham Palace, I will take a photo of the Royal Guard. If you go to London, you will have to look right before crossing a street. Why the right? Because they drive in the other side, okay? So normally we look left before crossing the street, but in there we have to look right. Okay? So these were the examples for first conditional. And now I have for you this nice activity. Okay? Zero conditional, let me move this a little bit. Zero conditional and first conditional. Okay? So take into account the grammar structures and complete the sentences using the verb in brackets with the correct grammar tense. Okay? So here you have the examples or the activity for zero conditional, and here you have the activity for the first conditional. So have a good time developing this, and I hope that you have an excellent weekend. So thank you very much for watching this video, and see you next week. Goodbye.